finding it harder and harder almost every day to post a video. Some days I post it bright and early, some days I post it a little late, some days I just don't even post. But when I do post, and I'm all hyped up on dopamine and all this, and then I'm just kind of in a flow state, which is what I'm going to be talking about today, things just sort of click. My energy is switched. People act differently around me, you know, strangers that I run into. Things just kind of fall into place the way they're supposed to. This is a kind of gray area where I'm just floating around. I'm trying to figure things out, like what's my purpose, what's this, what am I gonna eat, am I gonna have a job in the next couple of months, am I gonna be able to knock this project out that I'm working on, stuff that don't really benefit me. What I find most interesting about the gray area is that we have this survival mindset that we gotta get this done and we won't survive. We don't know how to just relax and kind of, and this sounds illogical, but be nonchalant about it, you know, because nothing else matters. We're not promised anything in the future, so why should we go so hard about it? Why should we change our mindset? Why should we put this survival aspect into it, right? Why do we gotta look through that lens? Flow state is that phase where nothing else matters. Things are just falling into place, whether it be your runner's high, you're going for a jog and you're just going, you don't even know you're going, you're just going, right? Or you're at a desk and you're writing 100 words, you know, per minute. Or if it's just you're playing a sport or anything that has to deal with you in a zone where time is just dilated. Feels like 5 minutes past, really it's been an hour, stuff like that. So flow is that state of mind that it's going to allow us to make breakthroughs in our lives. Only way to get into a flow is to start small, right? Start by triggering a dopamine response or something that's going to affect you in a way that you enjoy doing what you're doing. You're in a rhythm, you're in a trance, and you're out of the element of I have to survive or I have to get this done. Music. Why music? Because I love to dance, and when I listen to a certain song that makes me maybe want to move, that puts me in a different zone. It puts me in a creative zone. It puts me in a flow zone. Being in flow doesn't always have to be linked to doing one specific activity. Like if you got to be playing sports to be in the zone, or you got to be really good at doing something to be in the zone. No, it's when you trigger your mind to operate in a higher consciousness. And then you can use that higher consciousness mind throughout the day. It doesn't have to only be for those 5 minutes you're doing that activity. You can use those 5 minutes that you're doing that activity and carry it along. That's the flow state, when one thing flows to the next. It doesn't have to be in that given moment or that event. You can flow it to the next. It's just a little tricky. We get confused and then we fall off. When we get out of that state, we're just like, I'm never going to get back in that state until I do what it is I was doing when I was doing it. If any of this is making sense to you, go ahead and leave a comment, like, subscribe if you're interested in more interesting topics or things that are dealing with the human mind and operating at a higher level, because that's what my main focus here is. I think there's more powerful than the human mind. Go take this order. They keep distracting me in my videos. If you're ever feeling stuck, or you're feeling like, how am I going to get through this day, or you're feeling unmotivated, like I know I got to take these steps in order to make this business successful, but you can't get in that zone enough to do it, just remember you can start like washing dishes. You start with one plate, eventually you're going to get to the bottom. You got to find a groove. It's a dance. Dance is in everything, just like Kung Fu. It's a way of life. If you know how to dance, if you find a rhythm in the flow of things, everything will fall into place. Have a blessed day. Stop interrupting my videos. Stop interrupting me. I just gave you food.